100.9 or 1450 WLAF.com.
Mule Pro FXT can't handle. The 2015 Mule Pro FXT. The Mule Pro FXT is engineered to smooth out the most rugged terrain. Over 8.5 inches of suspension travel make uneven surfaces feel a lot less jarring, while a tight 16-foot turning radius combined with electric power steering means easy and effortless cornering on a dime. Engine braking is tuned for a controlled feel when heading downhill, and high-output LED headlights light up the way. Round out this exceptional package with the maximum stopping power of front and rear disc brakes, and there's almost nothing the Mule Pro FXT can't handle. The 2015 Mule Pro FXT.
Hi, I'm Ann Love with Linda Kilgore State Farm Agency. I have worked in the insurance and financial services industry for over 20 years, formerly with the John R.W. Brown Agency. I'm a native Campbell County and enjoy helping people with their insurance needs. Stop by and see me for all your insurance needs.
May 22nd through the 24th in Huntsville, Tennessee. The Woodstock of ATV and side-by-side events. Camp, ride, and compete. It's Brimstone's White Knuckle event. Come experience for yourself. Enjoy live performances by Parmalee, with Claire Dunn and Outshine. Call 1-800-BRIMSTONE or visit brimstonerecreation.com. Brought to you exclusively by
Riggs Drugs has been a part of Campbell County for generation after generation, serving our friends and neighbors. And now we have redesigned our store to better serve you. It's the same knowledgeable and friendly staff, but a new look and new technology to ensure you get your prescriptions fast. We've always got you covered from prescriptions to all your home health needs. We've always been more than a pharmacy, still offering a huge selection of gifts and decor here at the new and improved Riggs Drugs.
Are you missing out on extra Medicare benefits that you may be entitled to? Hi, my name is Blake McCoy with Independent Insurance Consultants. If you have Medicare A and B and have Medicaid, TennCare, QMB, or receive extra help on your prescription, drug premium, and copays, I want to make sure that you are receiving all the extra benefits that you are entitled to. Call me toll-free today, 1-866-691-5571, and let me help you.
Good evening and welcome again to Campbell County Issues. Tonight's show is also being brought to you by Ron's Golf Carts and Indoor Flea Market. Folks, I got to tell you, and if you've not ever been to Ron's Indoor Flea Market, right now, the golf carts are going so fast you can't keep them. So, but you can go down there if you like shopping around and looking at antiques and looking for this stuff or that stuff, and go on the inside where it's cool, not burning up, or if it's raining, you can go. And I guarantee you, it's as clean as any house you'll walk into. He cleans stuff up. He places it right. And he's got little booths where you can actually, if you're looking for certain things, might even, if you're looking for furniture, he might even have a bedroom suit or a living room suit or a dining room suit, and it's all set up for you to look at. and the prices are right. I highly recommend. It's in the old Big Lots building, or right behind Long John Silver's. And if you've never been there, I guarantee you're going to be surprised. And tell them that RL sent you. And listen, I invite you down. If you go down there with the intentions of not buying anything, I'm going to go down there and look. You'll find something that you like. And like I said, he takes care of it. That's Ron's Golf Carts and Indoor Flea Market, or it's called La Follette Indoor Flea Market. So anyway, you know, Mother's Day is this coming Sunday, and I know a lot of people out there that watches the show, and a lot of elderly that watches the show. So if any of you young folks out there wants to call in and wish your mother a happy Mother's Day, I don't have any problem with that. This time is paid for. Well, I'm going to be here for about 2 hours, so you burn the phone up with that if you want to. It doesn't matter to me. But I have a lot of things to talk about tonight, just in case that we don't get a lot of calls for your Mother's Day. And I wish all the mothers out there a happy Mother's Day. Things that's on my mind is the police. What's going on with our policemen here in the United States? Folks, I mean, I myself have been done wrong in my eyes by and threatened bodily harm by a policeman. But folks, all policemen are not bad. And without them, we wouldn't exist very long. No, it would not happen. We'd turn into just a dictatorship or a police state. It wouldn't be the United States of America. It'd be whatever some dictator wanted to call it. And you know, I've read a few things and heard a few things about the police department here and one in Oneida. And I'm going to tell you a story, what happened to me. And it was in 1964. I had took a leave of absence from my job in Muncie, Indiana, or actually in Dunkirk, Indiana. And to come home and spend a couple of months in Scott County before I had to go into the Army in February in 1964. Well, I had a little band years before when we was in high school. So I got the guys together and we did a little practicing. And so for some of you know where the Midway was at in Scott County. Let's do a few dances or whatever. But back then, believe it or not, some of you younger folks in Scott County in 1964, the bars closed at 11 o'clock. You was not allowed to dance in Scott County. No dancing. You've heard the story about the blacks, but I'm telling you, no dancing. The only way you could dance in Scott County, then they hounded you like crazy, would be a private club. And I don't know whether there's even any private clubs in Scott County at that time or not. But anyway, to make a long story short, I had gone into the bar. It was probably 5:30, and I had sat down and I drank a beer. One beer. Now this is I have no reason 51 years later to tell a lie about it. But there was a couple that was dancing there's a slow dance. This man and woman was dancing, and I was hammering on the spoons, just keeping time. And these two deputies came in the bar and arrested me. And I asked them, I said, well, why are you arresting me? And on my way to jail, I asked 2 or 3 times, I said, I don't understand why you guys are arresting me. Why are you taking me to jail? And the cop that was driving, or the deputy, he said, Ariel, see, they knew me, said, if you don't shut up, and the guy sitting next to him over in the front seat, he said, I will stop this car and he will beat your brains out. Now you either shut up or get your brains beaten out. Well, I shut up, but I knew the guy that was going to threaten me to beat my brains out. And at that time, there was a lot of stuff that went on. Anyway, when I got to jail, and they put me in jail, and they had to hold me until 11 o'clock at night, or that's what they helped me. And then they let me pay my fine and let me go when the bar closed. And I went to a little old place called Rusty Park, where after the bars had closed in Scott County at 11 o'clock, we would go to the Rusty Park, and they had a little place out there where we could sing, and people go sit and listen. Well, who was at the Rusty Park after we went and started singing? The high sheriff and his wife. So anyway, to this day, the guy's dead now, but he went in business. He actually started and had a service station for years. I would have walked from Scott County to Campbell County and got a gallon of gas if I'd have run out of gas someplace before I would have purchased a gallon of gas from that person. But that don't mean it all, because this guy, there are some of them, I'm telling you out there, that they're there to look big or try to look big. But I'm telling you, I guarantee you that 95% of all those guys are putting their lives on the line for us every day. And I'd hate to think of what kind of a country we would have without our police and our high sheriffs and whatever. It wouldn't be safe. It just wouldn't be safe. Without their protection, we'd be in serious shape. And so with that, I know that there's a couple of guys out there that's called in here and really down on the Muslim population, and I think that we have radicals in everything we do. But I want to ask you a question. The deal that happened yesterday in Texas, why would a group of people from all over the country go to a small town in Texas to draw cartoons of the Muhammad is beyond me. Now, what I see this thing a little different than most people. I see that's kind of rubbing it in your face, and it's putting all of us in danger. It's making people hate us even more by just cause how many people here. I read something in Ann Hester's column about it. Just irked her to see a bunch of college kids trumping on our flag. How would you feel if it was somebody trumping on Jesus or making fun of it? So what I'm saying to you, I don't condone those people for doing it, but I don't condone those people going out there and making a mockery out of someone's religion. And I think it's dangerous. I think it's real dangerous. So I'd like to hear your side of it. Tell me what you think. You're out there, and give us a call. Oh, and Larry Nidifer is your new school director. He was named director of schools about 2 hours ago. So you do have a new director, and Larry Nidifer. I don't know Larry, but I heard it had been in the school system for many, many years. So they hired internally. So, but my main subject to you tonight is, whenever I looked at the papers today, I looked at the La Follette Press, and then I looked at the Christian Journal Leader, and see the headlines that one man is indicted on 38 counts of sexual molestation. That one man supposedly molested his neighbors, which he was actually I guess overseeing the kids, 4 kids, and their ages is it's like 6, 8. I'll tell you just in a moment. Anyway, it's 6, 8. And the oldest one is 11 years old. 11 years old. And this guy, 77 years old. And not anything on the headlines of the La Follette Press. And on the bottom of the page, there's 5 faces, and one of them is a young lady, and she's indicted on being 21 years old and having sex on 2 occasions with a 14-year-old. The others, this one guy, I mean, and it's just beyond belief. And so I got the paper to look, and they put down the sexual offenders in the paper for Scott County, Campbell County, and Claiborne County every week. And they'll leave one of them out every week. This week Scott County's out. But I know that there are several Campbell County offenders that was in there before is out. Now you can get out. You're on the air.
This is Uncle Fester, by the way. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great.
Well, I want you to know I enjoyed your show last night.
I appreciate that.
And I'm not on the subject right here, the back of the flag. I don't think they should do the flag that way, American flag.
Me either.
That really, I mean, it gets in my crawl bad. But as far as the cartoons with the religion, they're asking for trouble.
That's exactly. That's what I think.
It is, and you watch and see what ends up happening with it. It'll be something sad, because they'll get to somebody, a weak-minded person here, like they do now, and recruit.
Right.
it'll be something foolish happen over it. But that's what our world's come to, is people worry about everybody else instead of worrying about themselves. You know, if we had a world of everybody taking care of their own, take care of you. Don't worry about what your neighbor does. Don't worry about you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And but and it's not just a country of it, we've become a world of it, you know, that everybody worries about everything else. Now, I'm not saying, you know, criminally activities or nothing like that, but I'm just saying your religion, your personal beliefs, that's nobody's business. That's yours.
Right.
And nobody should trump in on it in no way, shape, form, or fashion. And it's just a sad, you know, the world's changed so much in the last 30 years, and I'm afraid we're going for a real downward spiral. And I hate it for my children and my grandchildren. And I tell you, if I was a man today in this world, I don't, you know, a new young man, I don't know that I'd bring children into the world no more. And that's just how I truly feel, because things are just, it's just a different world that we live in, you know. And that's sad to say, I know, but it's just, I don't know if it's going to get any better. You hope, think of things that do. It's just like with all these things happening with these black men and stuff. Now, you know, we've just had them cameras here for the last few years and stuff, and the telephones that can record it. How long has it been going on? You know,
It's been going on forever.
It does, and it happens to whites too. It makes every race. It does.
Absolutely.
And you know, a lot of it, you know, is you know, and I'm not wanting to down officers, you know, because I know we have to have them, but you know, a lot of it is them, you know.
There's no question. We got a certain percentage of those people are not there to do the job. They're there to be seen.
Exactly, and they don't know. I mean, you know, their role is to serve and protect.
Right.
You know, me and my buddy, he come up and watched the fight this weekend with me, stayed all night, and we pulled in the grocery store up here, and the police was in, and we was playing our music a little loud. He said, "You better turn that down, they'll pull you over." I said, "He ain't gonna pull me over." It wasn't that loud, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what he does. He gave him earful. But he said, "I bet you before we get out of here, he's got somebody pulled over." And sure enough, we went in and got a half-a-gallon ice cream and come back out. And old boy had somebody pulled over, a little kid, young, 21, 22-year-old. And it's just the little things that they do, things that they do themselves, you know, and they don't see the wrong in themselves of doing it, you know, but they can see it in you or I, you know. And they just, I don't know what it's going to take and everything. We need to get, I know young men, I want young men to have good jobs, you know, and be able to have good careers and everything. But we need some more older men in these smaller communities and everything to teach these boys, you know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
so that's just my cup of tea right here, and I'm going to shut up, kick back in my chair, my easy chair, and listen and see what you get going on.
Well, they usually don't get stirred up over here until about 8:30 or 9 o'clock.
I know it, but I wanted you to know I enjoyed that show on there last night, and that's just me as a pocket on a shirt to be able to do that.
Okay, I appreciate it.
So, but yeah, I enjoy you. Have a safe trip home if I don't talk to you no more than that.
Okay, thank you.
See you, buddy.
Bye-bye. But I wonder how many of you out here that you blame those people, and I myself, I think they're nuts. I really do. But how many of us would pick up arms and go to war for our country and for our way of life and freedom to worship how we choose and not be made fun of? Now, I know I've been warned by 2 or 3 people today to not say what I've been thinking for a while, and I may say it tonight. You're on the air.
ARL?
Uh-huh.
Who was that? Do you know that girl? Let me cut my TV down.
Okay.
You know that girl that got something through her window over there. Do you know anything about that?
Yes. What happened yesterday, and as of last night, they did not know where the object came from. It was a piece of metal like this that came through the windshield of a young woman's car and went into her neck and back out behind her ear.
Hey, Lord.
And so anyway, the car was moving, but whoever was in the front seat with her was able to grab the steering wheel and bring the car to a stop. But the girl is living.
Well, what did happen at over there?
You know where the fast lane's at?
Fast lane.
Yeah, you know where the before you get to Huntsville, there was on top of the mountain there is a service station.
Yeah.
Before you get to Huntsville?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it happened right there.
Oh, well, I was born and raised over there, but I didn't know the place that they telling on the news, but I know where it is now.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened. And
well,
they still, or as of last night, they had no idea if it come out of a car or off the road or someone threw it. They had no idea.
Hey, my goodness. Well, I'll get up here and let you know then.
You're not bothering me. Appreciate
okay.
it. Thank you for your call. Bye. But and as I started to get more into this sex offender deal, you know, right here on the front page, you got six sex offenders. I'm going to tell you a little story or two, and I don't understand why that some of these people, we'll see their names in the paper, or we'll see them on that list in the Christian Journal, but we won't see them on most papers or even on the news. I had a friend, and I called him a friend because we were friends growing up. We were, we knowed each other, we played at school, we done a lot of things together. But he got married and moved to Georgia. And the woman that he married, and I guess that it was his second marriage, that had a young girl. Well, he was accused, in which I don't know whether it's true or not true, because I probably went 40 years that I never seen him. But anyway, he was accused of molesting that child in Georgia. He spent 25 years in prison. 25 years. She even went back to court and told them that she actually lied on him. Whether, I don't know whether she did or didn't. But anyway, she told them that her mother and he was arguing and going on, and she told her to accuse him of this. Now, again, I don't know whether he's guilty or not guilty, but I know he spent 25 years in prison. And here, a guy's 77 years old. Now, if he's guilty now, he should never set foot on free soil again. Never. But let's go through the process. Let's find out if he's guilty or not. But if he's guilty, he should never see. Now, I go down here and I look at 5 more. 5 more that's 6 on the headlines of the Christian Journal, and I didn't see a thing in the La Follette Press about it. You ought to read the paper and see what these people have done to children. I had another person this has happened in the last 2 years, that went to church with my wife and myself whenever I was going to church. And I did go for a while there, maybe a few years. I don't think I quit in about 2000 because the minister invited a man to come and preached all night about Bill Clinton. I don't go to listen to any political rallies or anything at a church. So anyway, this guy was married to this woman that has a child. He's in the paper. He's a picture of him in Scott County. Whenever this paper comes out and it's Scott County, his picture will be in the sex offenders page. Because he was having an affair with his stepdaughter. And they say it started when she was 15. And do you know that whenever she turned 18 years old, he divorced his wife and married his stepdaughter? So anyway, this guy goes and starts working at the volunteer fire department. I made a big issue out of it. I made the person mad. He had no business working at a volunteer fire department. We had another man that drove a school bus, and this has not been that long ago, drove a school bus, also had the children at, foster children, and he had sex with those two kids. You know what his reply was? In court. They asked me for it, and what was I supposed to do? So he went and started wanting to work at the volunteer fire department, and we stopped that. The thing about it is, if you're on this sexual offenders list, you're not supposed to be around the schoolhouse. You're not supposed to be anywhere where children are at, and even live. If you live in a certain length of where children are at, you must report. If you're on the sex offenders list, you must report. But the thing about it is, I'll talk about it when I get back. It's break time. You got it?
Razor, Ranger, Sportsman, Ace. If you live for the outdoors, there's a Polaris to match your passion. Confident, comfortable, capable. That's Ace. With a solo cockpit, automotive controls, independent suspension, all-wheel drive, and up to 45 horses of fuel-injected power. Calling it revolutionary would be an understatement. Polaris, the world leader in off-road innovation.
Hi, I'm Cindy Christian with Linda Kilgore State Farm. I've been providing excellent customer service for State Farm customers for 4 years now. I'm licensed in auto, home, life, and health. Come in and see me for all your insurance needs.
May 22nd through the 24th in Huntsville, Tennessee. The Woodstock of ATV and side-by-side events. Camp, ride, and compete. It's Brimstone's White Knuckle event. Come experience for yourself. Enjoy live performances by Parmalee with Claire Dunn and Outshine. Call 1-800-BRIMSTONE or visit brimstonerecreation.com. Brought to you exclusively by
Riggs Drugs has been a part of Campbell County for generation after generation, serving our friends and neighbors. And now we have redesigned our store to better serve you. It's the same knowledgeable and friendly staff, but a new look and new technology to ensure you get your prescriptions fast. We've always got you covered from prescriptions to all your home health needs. We've always been more than a pharmacy, still offering a huge selection of gifts and decor here at the new and improved Riggs Drugs.
Are you missing out on extra Medicare benefits that you may be entitled to? Hi, my name is Blake McCoy with Independent Insurance Consultants. If you have Medicare A and B and have Medicaid, TennCare, Q&B, or receive extra help on your prescription, drug premium, and copays, I want to make sure that you are receiving all the extra benefits that you are entitled to. Call me toll-free today, 1-866-691-5571, and let me help you.
Okay, we're back. Now, Ron's Golf Carts and La Follette Indoor Flea Market, located behind Long John Silver's in the old Big Lots building. Folks, I know right now it's springtime. He can't keep golf carts. They take them so fast because he knows what he's doing. He fixes those things up, and he'll have a bunch of them in here before long. You can bet on that. Because golf carts in the springtime, they sell. And he has some nice ones. When he gets them, he cleans them up. He puts new stuff on them. He puts new batteries in most of them. He'll put new seats or whatever. He fixed those things up to where nice. But what's the most impressive about anything that I've ever seen at any flea market or any place, just how neat and clean. Now, I've never seen any place that has and sells that kind of merchandise to be as neat and clean as that man is. It's just, it blows your mind. You just have to go check it out and tell him that RL sent you. And whether you're going to buy anything or not, you go in there, I'll guarantee you, if you're one of those people that likes to go to flea markets or likes to get out and just shop around, you'll like that place. You will like it. That's Ron's, or it's actually La Follette Indoor Flea Market.